Hello, sir. Thank you so much for being here with us.
My pleasure.
So, sir, how did Senior Citizens Bangalore start? How did it begin?
It's a very interesting story in the sense that the old gentleman, Mr. Khanna, who is no more, unfortunately, he was sitting with three of his friends in their veranda in the Defense Colony house. 4 or 6 children going barefoot, and they said, "Oh, these look like school children, but why are they barefoot?" So they called the guy and asked them which school they were from. As it happened, they were from this school. So they thought, we must do something. We must at least give them some shoes. And that is how, you might say, the seed was sown. And they decided to not form a society, but at that time they said, okay, we'll all chip in and do something. When they came to the school, they found that there were many things that were needing to be done. And thereafter, about 10 of them decided to form a little society. That's how Senior Citizen was formed. That was about 12 years back.
So, what is the core objective, you would say, of Senior
I
Citizen?
would say the core objective is basically, the first one and the more important one is to give good education to underprivileged children. The underprivileged children are mainly from slum areas and where their parents are both working but low income, and their children normally drop out of school because they can't pay the fees, they cannot manage, so they don't study at all. Most of them, I would say, we are pushing them right up to class 10. Although these schools are higher primary, they go up to class 7. But then the students, when they pass out from here, we try and support them in class 8, 9, 10 by giving scholarships.
So, when mainly you all contact schools like this, what is the response you all have got so far? I've heard that you all have contacted, you all are in touch with many schools that you all are helping out with.
At the moment, 9 schools.
9 schools.
And there are about 2,000 children. So only one school is up to class 10. It's a small school. The other schools are higher primary and middle schools. So we try, and our one focus is to give them nutrition. And we have devised a very nutritious ragi-based malt drink which is prepared in each school separately, and we give the powder. Then in this school we do give them shoes and uniforms. We wish we can give them more regularly, and notebooks, medical checkups for all the schools. General medical checkup, eye checkup by the Shankara Hospital, then dental checkup, and follow-up is done regular. Their cards are maintained, and if anybody requires specs, that is provided. If any dental treatment is required, that is provided. So that's a great help to these children, otherwise they'll never see a doctor.
And has the response been good? Like, has the number of dropouts reduced based on all this?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The number of dropouts, and I must tell you, Tanya, that the girl child used to drop out much more. One reason which people don't appreciate very much is that, say, 3 of the schools when we started, getting involved with them, we found there were no toilets for girls. So we built toilets. And that ensures that the girl child stays. That was one of the very major inputs that we did give to. And then of course we install water purifiers in all the schools, drinking water. Otherwise that's another area of illness which children have. And we normally try and meet the parents once, twice a year sort of stuff. When we give them scholarships, etc., we insist that the parents come. One of the parent at least.
So other than helping out with schools, you'll have various other causes that you'll are helping out with.
There are one which we are quite deeply involved in. In Hennur, there is a humanitarian transit home that is for the throughout from society. They're grown up, old, decrepit, deceased men, women. In that home there are 126 inmates at the moment. So that was not created by us, but we are helping them out in more ways than one. By infrastructure help, we put a bore well, we put solar water heaters, we have put rainwater harvesting, and shortly with the help of Cipla, the pharmaceutical company, they have undertaken to build a toilet block, separate toilet block. So like that we try, and that is the second initiative. And the third initiative is in and around Hoskote, where one girls' school, high school, and a PU college, we are trying to help the girls to continue their education, also give them an incentive by ensuring that they become good students. Tuition classes, awards for the most improved student, that sort of stuff. And it has shown results. Then recently we got them 20 computers because they did not have any computer. In a high school, PU college, they didn't know about computers at all. So we got them 20 computers and they're very happy about it.
With all of this happening, what are the most challenges you all face during the journey?
Challenges, you may laugh at it, the challenges is our age. Because it requires a lot of physical inputs, and yet people do stretch out. And what we are trying to do now, in fact, it's already being done. Many volunteers, that means senior citizen members and their wives, they come and teach spoken English, which is a very critical input, because a class 7 kid would hardly be able to speak one sentence of English. Then the other challenge, as I say, is funds, of course. One would like to do more, one would like to give more scholarships. However, because of the stable NGO and its reputation, we have recently had 2-3 scholarship endowments which have been given to us by people, and they say you manage the endowments, and that is for students going to PU and beyond. So this year we are hoping to give almost 35 scholarships, have already been dished out for PU and beyond. And you will be happy to know that at least 75% of these scholarships are for girls. Because some of the endowments would say that it is for girls only. So those are the ones who don't go beyond because the families cannot afford. So they said, no, no, you stay at home or you become a maid servant, all that sort.
What does your organization hope to accomplish in the next few years? You all have already done so much. What's the future plans?
Future plans, one, well, I have now been chairman for 2 years, this is my third year. We have grown in membership. Our target is to become 100 in another 3 years. That is one. Two, we are creating a corpus. So I'm hoping that we'll cross 500 crore in the next 2 years, 3 years. We are growing at the rate of about 5 to 6 lakhs a year, the corpus. Because for the stability, long-term stability of any organization, NGO, you do require a corpus. Because yearly donations can keep fluctuating. So these are the two major targets, and if we continue like this, then we can take more schools and more children to be helped. And our one major target which we have not yet achieved is to get boys who are poor students to go for vocational training. We are not in a position to start our own vocational centers, but even to get youngsters to go, there is a tendency not to go for vocational. That is our major challenge now.
So right now there are a lot of able youngsters who are not doing the work that you are doing, and they can learn a lot from your organization. What is the message you would like to give them?
One message you saw in that one is that don't be ashamed to beg. Go and ask. You'll be surprised, Tanya, that people would like to give. There are two reasons why they don't. One is that you don't ask them. Second is they are not sure that you are a genuine person. So these are the two things that anybody would expect. If nobody asks, nobody gives. But we are always hesitant. Particularly, I would say, the old retired people who have had positions, they say, how can I go and ask him for this? I say, what's the harm? You're not doing it for yourself. You're only asking for a cause. So, you feel good when you ask. I feel good when I ask, when I beg.
So at your age, it's easy to just not bother about anything, just sit at home, relax, and enjoy the achievements. Why do you bother with any of this?
Then you become a vegetable. If you sit at home, you become a vegetable. And secondly, Tanya, the society has given you so much. It's time, payback time. And it does give you a lot of satisfaction and joy that you are doing something. It's not great, but little bit. It'll be nice, as you say, people must realize that good work is possible to be done. And age is no bar. We have some members who are 60, 61, 62, we call them teenagers. But they are the future. And if they get the commitment, then we'll be happy when we kick the bucket, that they will carry on.
Thank you so much, sir.
Right?
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.